stay with me. All right, guys. So today we're gonna talk about haters, and some people ask me, why do haters hate? And the first hint I have for you today is that haters hate you, but it's almost never actually about you. So what I need to tell you is that coping with haters in your life is something that you can master. You can easily do it if you have the correct guidance. So I want to give you like a piece of advice that really helps me. I personally understood that their hatred is almost never actually about you, and their hatred is almost never actually about you because it's all about them. So when I say that it's all about them, I'm here referring to their fears, their insecurities, and sometimes something that seems very unlikely to say, but it's just also about their plain ugly personalities. So once you realize that, dealing with haters becomes a whole lot easier. So let's discuss, shall we? So what you should know, for those who have been following me since a while now, you know that I love to kick things off with a great quote, right? So actually today I have a bunch of quotes for you. So I'm going to start with this first quote that really inspired me to do that speech as well today. And the quote goes, a person, I quote, a person hates you for one of three reasons. So the first reason, they see you as a threat. The second reason is they hate themselves. And as regards to the third reasons, they actually want to be you, unquote. So you notice here that, you're welcome. So you notice here that all of them see everything about the hater and very little about you. So I want to break this down and talk about each one with you tonight. So we're gonna start with the first one, but first just want to check in the comment sections if you have any things to add to this quote. I experience this every day at my workplace. Very true, we all do at a certain point. I get this in my family. Yes, also. How can we know if we are on the wrong path? Okay, all right, let's break this down for a second. So the first one I mentioned is they see you as a threat. So I think that this reason is almost always motivated by fear, and it's what's behind most politically charged hatred. So each side feels like the other is a threat to something that's important to them. So that fear drives them to lash out rather than just discussing things like rational adults. And of course, you know that fear and logic, after all, are just practically arch enemies, right? Is that just limited to political debates, Sally? No, no, Sally. Actually, it's definitely not limited to just political debates, though. It's the reason, for example, your best friend's spouse seems to hate you, or why your coworker talks about you behind your back, because we all know that haters, they like to do this. So they will never really talk about you in front of you in your face. So they will do it behind your back. For example, after you get a promotion, or in other circumstance, you will notice that, for example, a nice fellow PTA mom gives you the cold shoulder after you become president of the organization. So in other words, Sally, for what you just mentioned, in other words, it's never really about you personally. It's about what they think you will take away from them. Is there anything that we do to receive their hate? Well, since you did absolutely nothing to incur their wrath, so there's also absolutely nothing you can do to fix it. Oh, should I just change that? There's absolutely nothing you should do to fix it. So For all those thinking about guilt and having this sense of guilt, I'll just tell you that you should never compromise or give up something you love just to ease someone else's jealousy, right? Thank you. Thank you. You're loving it. I'm happy you're loving it. So, the second reason is they hate themselves. So, there's a quote that says, you can't love others until you love yourself, right? You can't love others until you love yourself. So, well, when someone downright hates themselves, it's hard to even like other people, let alone love them. So, of all the reasons why haters hate, I personally have the most empathy for this one, because the hatred comes from a place of deep insecurity. For example, low self-esteem and sometimes even severe depression. So, okay, we're gonna try an example. For example, let's take somebody from the chat. Okay, the name that will show up. The next one. Okay, Sally. All right. So imagine that Sally. Okay, let's imagine that Sally is in a really bad place right now. Okay. Sally is in a really bad place right now. Like, she hates everything about her life. Her job makes her miserable. Her husband is a bit of a jerk. And Sally feels like she's not pretty enough, that she's not smart enough, and just not enough. It's all about me. No, Sally, it's not about you. It's just an example. Okay, then Sally sees you out there loving your life. Sally sees how happy you are with your job, how happy you are with your husband, and how happy you are with yourself. And you know what? Sally, she hates you for it. She hates you. She says, why do you get to have all of that and she gets nothing? Why did why did you do to get so lucky? Because in Sally's mind, you didn't work for it. You just magically won all of it. Okay? So again, it's not about anything you did to Sally, and there's nothing you can or you should, okay, do to fix it. So if ever we have, yeah, I have a Sally in my life. I love Sally though. I met Sally in California. She's adorable. I met Sally with her husband, and she has an amazing husband. It was just an example. Okay. All right. So if ever you have a Sally, like the one I just mentioned, the one in the example I've just given you, if you have a Sally in your life and this Sally is very important to you, so all you can do is to be there, to forgive her when she finds her footing again. Because she'll need someone on her side after she's done burning on all of her bridges. And of course, if there's a Sally in your life and she's not that important to you and she's not someone you really want to keep in your life, then don't feel like you have to put up with her. Just let go. Okay. You do. Okay, I'm not pointing out anyone. I'm not pointing out anyone. Okay, so the third reason, like I mentioned in the quote, is they simply want to be you. Okay. I must say that this one kind of, but not always, overlaps with they hate themselves. So in the example I just mentioned, Sally, she wants to have your life. However, sometimes, people just plain hate those who are more successful than they are, even if they are already pretty happy with their own life. So let's try another example in this case. I'm going to choose somebody's name from the chat. Okay, who am I saying now? Okay, Betsy. Hi, Betsy. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much. So, okay, Betsy. Betsy is your friend, and Betsy is doing pretty well right now. Betsy has a good job that she really enjoys and a great love life. Okay? Betsy is very comfortable in her own skin and seems pretty put together. Then one day, as you're walking down the street together with Betsy, there's a movie agent that pops out. All right, there's a movie agent that pops out and says to you, "You're exactly what we're looking for. You're exactly what we're looking for." Okay, all right, so that almost never happens in the real world, but if we're playing pretend, we might as well go all in, right? So, okay, you made that movie agent, and the movie is a hit, and boom, you're a star, baby. All right? So now, in this case, even though Betsy is perfectly content in her life, she still hates you. Because in Betsy's eyes now, yours is better. Thank you. So once again, can you see the pattern here? It's not you that she hates, all right, that Betsy hates. It's the fact that you have something that she wants. You have a dream job, a gorgeous new house, and even the last pair of discounted designer shoes that you saw first, she wants it, you have it, and she can't stand that. So you know what I'm gonna say now. You've been used to me now. What I'm gonna say is that you should never. There's nothing that you should give up. Just to please somebody's else envy, desire. And there is nothing you should do to change it. You should never give up something you love to make a hater happy, ever. Okay, let me check. So many of these people around me. All right, I'm sorry to hear. But now you know how to cope with them. You know, I really feel like 99% of the hatred in the world stems entirely from these three issues that I mentioned, and that it says a lot more about the hater than the hated. Why do I feel guilty about being hated? Okay, so let's talk about the other 1% though, really. Okay, is honest. Let's discuss about that, shall we? So the question is, should we feel guilty about this? So all the examples I've given, okay, all the examples assume that you legitimately did nothing wrong. You didn't actually threaten someone, did you? You didn't connive to take a job that you knew should have gone to a coworker. You didn't provoke Sally by saying horrible things like, "Well, your husband is a jerk and you're so dumb." You didn't even look down on Betsy from your new Hollywood mansion and act like you're better than her, because that's not what you are, right? So what have you been doing during all this time that people were hating you? What were you doing? First, you were just living your best life possible. You were just working towards your dreams, okay, putting yourself out there, and you were taking chances, you know, and you were, as they say, just doing you. So can you be blamed for being yourself? Can somebody blame you for just living your life? Can somebody blame you for working towards your dreams or putting yourself out there? Can somebody blame you for taking chances? However, there's something. If you did do those things, then yes, someone has every right to hate you for it, or at least strongly dislike you. I'll tell you something. Hate is such an ugly word. Hi, hey guys. Hate is such an ugly word and should really be reserved for the worst acts of humanity. But of course, that's a whole different topic that we're going to tackle the next time. Send your suggestions. Of course, if you did do something horrible to someone to earn that hatred, chances are you're not listening to me because you just plain don't care enough about others to care why they hate you in the first place. So, as regards to whether we should feel guilty about other people hating us, I'm sticking with my original statement. And if you're listening to me, I can almost guarantee you. Yeah, thank you. So if you're listening to me, I can also guarantee you that your haters don't actually hate you. It's all about them. I love this. How can we go for this? By listening to all everything I've just mentioned. You know, there's one last quote on this topic that I would like to add from Albert Einstein. We all know Albert Einstein, and it goes, stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution. So that's what you should just focus on yourself and what you're doing and what you do the best. You know, whatever you'll be doing, people will always have an issue with that. Do not expect people to praise you for the good work you're doing because they always find negative things to say about you for all the reasons I just mentioned. And of course, if you have a desire on moving forward and succeeding in your life, you should stick to your plans and objectives. Just give me some seconds, guys. I'm going to answer something in French on my other Facebook account. Bonsoir. Le sujet, c'est les gens qui nous détestent pour rien du tout, en fait. C'est les haters. Donc, comment faire face à des haters? Et actuellement, j'ai des jeunes que je mentor de la Californie, Mexique, Singapour, l'Inde. Et donc, il y en a qui ont gradué, qui ont passé leur doctorat même cette année et qui vont rejoindre le monde professionnel. Donc, c'est pour leur donner quelques conseils de comment faire face aux haters. Oh, okay, I'm having a problem. Like, I love it when you speak French. Okay, can you say something else in French? Okay, what would you like me to say in French? So now people are asking me to speak French. Funny. Okay, how do we say how are you doing in French? Okay, there are two ways of saying how you're doing in French. We have the formal and the informal way. So the formal way to say how you're doing in French is comment allez-vous? And the informal way is comment vas-tu? Okay, now I'm doing a French lesson. Are you in California? No, I'm not in California now. I'm in Mauritius. I'm back home for some moment and just enjoying life here on an island. So that's why we do both French and actually the official language is English in Mauritius. Okay, we're totally out of topic now. Totally out of topic. No, Mauritius is not a French island. Not a French island, will never be a French island. It is an independent island. Okay, the official language is English, but we do speak French as well. The most commonly used language is French, and Creole is a dialect, is our national dialect. I thought you were American. I'm not American. I'm far from having the perfect American accent. Okay, all right. So, any comment as regards to the haters topic? Okay. Let's see. Very informative. Oh, yes. Yes, in some month. No, I've first been in Europe for some month, and then I'll be back to Cali for probably another mentoring sessions with all the people, lovely people. We met amazing people in California, and we've done quite a good job there. So we're just thinking about the next step now. I will send you all the information. I will send you all the information prior to this. And thank you for supporting and for following, despite the fact that I wasn't really connected the past month. Yeah, for some reasons. Okay. I love your hair. Okay, thank you. But it's a lot of maintenance. My boyfriend loves my hair too. He's watching, yes. Okay, next. Where is Mauritius situated? Okay, good question. Because some people they ask me if it's near France. No, it's actually in the middle of the Indian Ocean, not far from South Africa. But I thought you knew all this. Okay. All right, guys. So, okay, coming back to our topic now. So, I want you to keep it as a reminder when it comes to haters. I'll tell you a story because I have other people watching now. I also have this haters problem. Let's share a bit of experience here because some people like, do you have any experience or case study? Let's share some case studies. And a while ago, like last year, I launched my book here in Mauritius. And thank you for all those who ordered via the link. I'm not selling on Amazon anymore because I'm having some issues with Amazon. Lots of books are being sold, but I never get my money when I sell books. I want to be paid. And actually, yeah, we did the launch here because I already launched it first in England like 4 years ago. So then I just noticed that there's a good friend from Mauritius who is a journalist. He put a video on YouTube, and right after he started getting reports about infringement of copyright of my videos and people disliking, because then we noticed that they were haters. So whenever you're doing, let's love our haters. They help us improve ourselves and become better. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much, dear Krishna. So true. And I just noticed that whatever you're doing, whether good or wrong, people will always criticize. So, and lately I also had a girl who was in the same college as me who sent me a message because I was a bit annoyed with some propaganda, and he sent me a message saying, you're like you do a lot of campaigns against bullying, and you're criticizing this girl and her religion. And I didn't criticize any religion. I just expressed myself about propaganda using religion that I truly dislike. And there's a difference between bullying somebody and expressing an opinion. People cannot do the difference because they hate you for whatever reason. And she sent me a message saying, okay, you're wrong. You're bullying this woman. You're fighting against bullying, but you're bullying this woman. You're such a bad singer. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were Beyonce. I didn't know that you were in the music industry. I didn't know that you hated me that way. Like, why are you on my Facebook? Why do you stay on my Facebook? Why do you stalk everything I do? Everything I do with passion. I already have like my career. I like what I do. I really enjoy everything that I do. And I love working with people like you from all across the world. And sometimes I do videos on my Mauritian Facebook as well. But I was like, this girl, I was bullied. She was at the same school at me. She never defended me. And now she's becoming like an advocate for bullied people and giving her opinions and accusing me of bullying other people. And she knows that I'm doing all these campaigns, but I have never seen her supporting any cause. I've never seen her liking any post. But she reminded me very well, very fairly, that I'm fighting against bullying. So, when people they hate you for some reasons, is certainly because they feel bad inside. And I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her because I don't hate people, and I'm always happy to see other people succeeding, and especially people who are doing all their very best to succeed without anyone else's help and support. And I think this is what I call meritocracy. So I don't know if people they understand that. So For all those who have just graduated, congratulations for, yes, on this so long journey and for your accomplishments. And I just want to tell you that life is not an easy path. So whatever you be doing, just be focused on what you're doing. All right. Do not be concerned about people's views and how they view you and things like that. We can always seek for advices, okay, with the best people, with the empowering people. But be prepared for this kind of hate situations. You can't, my little nephew is 12 years old, and he's 12 years now. And I remember him telling me something. My nephew told me, Logan told me, you're good when you start to have haters. And that's the only advice I'm going to give you. So, I want you to keep it as a reminder that you should never put too much energy into dealing with haters. Because, at the end of the day, they'll suck the very life out of you if you let them. So don't let them. All right. Okay, on this good note, guys, send me your suggestions for the next topic. Anything you'd like to add? Oh. Oh, there's Mindy. Mindy is from Singapore, and it's what's the time? midnight in Singapore. It's okay, midnight in Singapore. Mm-hmm. Must be 11 p.m. in India now. In California, it's 9 a.m. I'm waking up. Okay, Nadia told me it's 11 a.m. No, it's half. No, in California, it's 25 to 10 now. Yes, a.m. So Nadia told me now it must be like 25 to noon now. Almost noon in Mexico. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I'm gonna leave you now because I have a date. Send me your suggestions, and we're gonna tackle the other subject the next time. So thank you. Questions? Oh, the hair product. Okay. Actually, it's a lot of maintenance. Like, it's very rare for people to see me with my curls because you have to put it's a lot of shampoo, a lot of conditioner, and lots of curling pudding. The curling pudding actually is just to redefine your curls, but it takes a lot of time. So that's why I don't do it very often. I don't let them fluffy very often. Yes, anything as regards to the topic apart from hairstyle, Mauritius and language and French and very informed. Okay, thank you very much. All right, guys, I'll leave you here. You take very good care, and I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much. Okay. Goodbye. Bye. It's a good night for me, actually. Good night. Bye.